Today I've been working on these little Christmas tags. They're made to look like little ornaments. I've got a drawn on string and then some little gems, and then I've just stamped Merry Christmas at the bottom. I've been selling lots and lots of these in my Etsy shop this year and was working on them this afternoon, so I thought I'll just flip the camera on and show you how I make these. So let me zoom out. I've been using these Kraft tags as the base for a lot of my gift tags this year. And I've already cut some out and inked them up here. Let me move these over to the side. Just so I can show you real quick how I made these. I'll just pull 3 of them out. And this is just cut from Kraft cardstock. And I've done this on my Cricut machine, as I've showed in a lot of my other videos. But you could also just cut a rectangle out of a piece of Kraft cardstock and then trim off the edges of each one and punch a hole in the top. And then to get this kind of antique-y look around the edges, I've just used Tim Holtz Distress ink, and this is in the walnut stain, and I just use an old sponge and, you know, go around the edges of all of these. But I've already done that, and I thought, well, I'll show you just from here. This is real quick and simple. I just use a black ink, and this one is just from Michael's. It's a Recollections black ink. And I just go through. This is just a stamp that's from 1995, from Stampin' Up. 1995, so it's been around just a little bit, but I still love it. And I'll just stamp that on the very bottom. Real simple. I'll put the lid back on that. And then I have, this is just a Pilot G2. It's in the size 07. You can also use a little Sharpie for this. The Sharpie is just a little bit thicker. This is the ultra fine point, but it's a little bit thicker to make the lines. But I really, really like this, this Pilot G2 to use to make these with. So you can make these. You'll see I have some of them at, let me pull these back over, some of these at different heights. And I'll show some of my other pictures I have of them too, but some I'll come just a little bit and hang them, dangle them down. A lot of them I just do in the middle with 2 dangle downs, but you can put your little ornaments at whatever height you like. They always do one right down the center. And then I'll kind of make the top like that. It just kind of looks like a little bow almost, or maybe a little heart. Pull that in just a little bit. And then I'll come on this side, do the same thing, and like I said, you can vary these at whatever height you want. So we'll do another one really quick. Make that one come down further. Let's do that one, oh, about right there. Okay, and for the last one, that. So you can make these to sell. They'd be great for craft shows. You can make them for your own, you know, to put on your own gifts. But they're just really cute, and I've been selling them quite a bit, like I said, in my Etsy shop. So next I'm just going to put on these gemstones. Now I've got this, I'm kind of keeping my sizes on these relatively the same, but I do have like bigger sizes you can go in and kind of alter if you wanted, you know, some big and some small. But I've just kind of kept them all the same. I like the look of that, to keep them relatively the same. So I just go through and I pick out 3 that I like that I think look together, and then I'll just go ahead and layer, and not layer, I'll go ahead and glue them on. So let's do that, and for that I'm just using just a tacky glue. It's just the Aleene's tacky glue, and I always store my tacky glue. This is like an old baby food jar. Maybe this one was a beef bouillon cube jar, I don't know, but I always store it upside down with the lid on, and that keeps it from getting clogged up. So that's what I use for that, and I just put one little dot for it. We'll just do the couple there. It's okay if a little bit comes out. Oops. There we go. Hit on top of it, and that'll dry clear. So that's not going to be a big deal. Let's put 3 more over here. And I kind of vary the colors a little bit, so I'm not using all the same. Now I have used other things for this. You can use like sequins. I had someone last week that wanted just red, all red. So I didn't have 150 just plain red ones to put on these. And so she said, what about a red hole punch? I did find that just using a regular hole punch. And I'll put a picture up here real quick. And those turned out kind of cute too. So there's lots of different ways just using something circular. I think you could also punch some holes out of Christmas, you know, Christmas designer paper, and that would look cute. But that's how I do these. And then I have, this is about a 10-inch piece of string that I just string it with. This one's still drying, but I got one over here that's about dry. So I just put it through the front. I fold it in half, and then I'll put that loop through the front, pull it in the back, and then I'll open it up and push that whole part through there. And then this is ready just to tie on your gift bag or on your gift. So I think these turn out pretty cute. And like I said, they're a great seller for me. So I'm going to let these finish drying a little bit, and then I'll string them up, and then I'll have another order that's ready to go out. That's going to be it for this video today, guys. Thanks once again for joining me. See you next time. Bye.